Hey everyone, I'm Jonna Rodriguez with Easter Seals of Greater Houston with the Bridging Apps program, broadcasting live to answer some of your questions. Today we're going to talk about the app Venmo. I'm going to switch my screen here. Venmo is a free app available on Apple and Android devices. Launch that, we should see it on the screen. With Venmo, this is an app that is used for transferring money between users. We can see on the screen, I've got a couple of examples there. This does have a social aspect to it, so people can promote what they are sending money to and from for. And with this digital option, it allows people to not need to use cash when they need to send money to and from other people. It may also be used with vendors. So one of the nice things about this app is it does not have fees when you're transferring money from person to person. And like I mentioned, this is a free app. I'm using an iPhone on my end over here. Bear with me a sec, I'll switch over my screen. So I'm using an iPhone and I'll switch back, show a couple of examples of what this app does. Again, this is something that we consider fintech, it's financial technology. And this one is used for transferring money. And right now we're broadcasting from Houston, Texas, where we are in quarantine, as is most of the state, a lot of the country, and a lot of people in the world right now. So if you're maybe having a community grocery shopping, or you need to split money for a pizza, a lot of apps, for example, might allow you to use Venmo within their own app to split money. That way one person isn't paying for everything. Or if you don't have cash to physically transfer to someone, and that's something we want to avoid right now using cash money, this is a great digital option to do that. Venmo also offers a card option. If you choose to use that, you might have an opportunity to get a bank card that you can use at ATMs. They do offer, or they do charge $2.50 for ATMs outside of their network, and you can withdraw cash from that. Some of the other fees that are involved with Venmo, I have it up over here, bear with me a sec. You may have fees with transferring money out. There's no fees when you're using the app when you start off with. They do offer up to $300 in transferring when you first sign up, and after you've completed all of your verification necessities on there, you'll be able to transfer up to $3,000 a week. So it's something to stick with if you're looking to use higher dollar transfers. Now, another thing with Venmo, I'll switch my screen here again. As I mentioned a moment ago, there is a social part about it. So you can see on here, for example, people have transferred money because they've shared food, maybe gotten a birthday gift, or this one here says for being the best. So there's a couple of reasons why you might want to request or send money to and from somebody else, and this is a great digital way to do that. One more thing I wanted to mention about this app is that it can be used with some voiceover options. For example, I mentioned that I am using an iPhone, so I might use Siri. If you're on an Android phone, you might be using Hey Google or another assistant. But with voice assistance, you can also, I'm going to unplug my phone here to give an example. Hey Siri, send $5 to Lupita.
Which app would you like to use?
I'm going to cancel that. It's now given me an option to either choose Venmo or Apple Pay. So this can be used. You can add a shortcut to use VoiceOver. If you or someone you know is using VoiceOver or is maybe limited in their vision, that can be a great option to use as well. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you next time. Bye.